Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching Wolfpack, Season 1, Episode 7.
Lion's Breath.
Why?
Because she did it at the end.
Did he tell her to do that at the beginning?
Yeah, it's been like a kind of an ongoing thing. Although now I don't remember if Everett does it or if Danny does it.
Okay. It picked up where we left off, and yet it also felt like there were 3 episodes missing in between.
Okay. I have said it almost every episode that we've talked about this, but, like, this show is, like, 95% vibes and 5% plot. And I sort of love that. At the same time, I cannot get a handle on what we're supposed to be doing, because I thought they were really, like, I thought Luna was reaching, Your Honor, about the, like, he's our brother. Apparently, no, we are taking that as read. He is their brother. Baron is their brother. 100% check mark 100. I just, like, I'm a little baffled by that. And Blake and Everett are hardcore, 100% in love for the ages. We, like, no purer love in the world.
Luna's in love with Austin.
And he is still being an about it. I'm sorry, but Luna is such a smoke show, and, like, I don't think the guy playing Austin is ugly by any stretch of the imagination, but, like, you are punching up so hard, dude. How can you possibly be being such a
Dan and Serena.
You are punching up so hard. Start being nice to her.
I'm just kind of baffled.
Yeah, there also were, like, long stretches of our real-time reaction to the episode that were silent because there's just, like, shit happening, sort of.
Yeah, kind of. What was Sarah Michelle Gellar? What was Ramsey's flashback?
She is the female wolf.
She is? Is
guess.
that what we were meant to take from? Was that her?
I guess.
How old is she?
Well, that was only 17 years ago.
Sure. And then she got a job investigating fires in the meantime?
Maybe it was all to, like, try to find her kids, but I feel like there was got to be a better way.
If that's what we were meant to take from that scene, I did not. Because that wasn't her, the actress.
No, of course not. No, I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar doesn't do nudity in the first place, and also if it was meant to be 17 years prior, she wouldn't have, but...
Just throw another filter on. It takes care of both the age and nudity.
Insane. Well, because also, I didn't say anything, and I don't want to harp on it, but her anatomy was weird. She didn't have nipples.
So I kind of appreciated that. It looked cool.
I mean, it looked really cool.
It looked really cool.
But for me, I'm like, just keep the hair.
No, I mean, she wasn't covered in, like, dirt and soot, and I think that is ultimately what I'm so confused by, is because there was sort of, not a lick of this episode made sense to me.
Mm-mm.
But I am still strangely compelled by what is unfolding on the screen before me. I thought that the intro was very fascinating. Mm-hmm. The, like, visions Everett was having of Baron. And, I made a joke. I was like, did Mike Flanagan direct this? Like, yes. It was cool and atmospheric and spooky. And it went on for a very long time, which I didn't mind. I enjoyed that. But if that was sacrificing... It was a lot of plot real estate in a way that we jump through hoops later.
Well, and like, we've jumped through hoops just, like, taking it as a fact that he is their brother and, like, all of this. And, you know, we're just now, I mean, it could be not true, but we are working under the pretty serious assumption that Ramsey was the wolf from before.
I thought they killed it.
I guess they killed the male. Because she got overtaken by the flames and turned.
Oh, because, what was left was the mother.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't actually understand the world.
I'm not 100% either, because then there was also all of these scenes of Kristen Ramsey and Garrett.
What is she trying to accomplish?
I don't know.
Can she just do they, like, can she shapeshift?
I guess, but that also really confuses me because everyone else keeps saying he, which makes me believe that now there's a third one out there.
Because how long has Baron been?
Presumably the entire time. If he supposedly died with the father, then that means he was burned as a cub and so has been like this the whole time. Just a werewolf
in the wilderness?
Yeah. But because
and the fire drove him out?
Yeah.
But still someone set the fire.
Which makes me kind of think it was her to try to get him out somehow. Then I don't believe that the male actually died back then, and I believe he's the one that's killing people and putting them in that pit.
So Baron's not the one doing that?
I don't think so. Well, I don't know, though. Like, okay, was the whole opening just a vision? Like, Baron was never actually in Everett's house in any capacity.
Yeah, that is what I'm getting.
Okay, in that case, then, if that was, like, Everett's mind being, like, making Baron say he's doing this, then maybe it is Baron doing it.
But also, Everett has to have paranormal, supernatural visions because he was seeing Phoebe's dead body before he knew she was dead. And furthermore, because she, like, warned him of something, and so that's was he projecting that onto her, or was Phoebe delivering that from beyond the grave?
I think Phoebe was delivering it, because I also made the comment that I think that's to do with Everett's pills. Like, I think the pills that he's not taking, or I think he was taking pills because he has a lot of mental disorders, and one of them was referencing whatever his dad said last week about, like, you remember what happened last time. I think he kind of has something, and now he's not taking his pills anymore, it's coming out again.
And then maybe his dad also has this.
Could be. Because whose fucking pills were those? I don't know.
What the f*** was that? Sorry, bleep.
Yeah.
Don't demonetize us. What the fork was that scene with Portia? Like,
Which one's Portia?
His mother. Oh, Kendra.
Okay, yeah, I was like, Portia.
Right. What was that scene with Kendra? She came thundering in. Like... like
a C word, like a thundering C word.
Like a clod. And, like, was, like, stretching with her witchiness. Like, she was, like, showing off with how horrible she could be.
Like, she may as well have, like, looked Blake up and down and stared her in the eyes and said, "You're trash, get out of my house."
It was so weird, and why don't you, like, the way I don't know. It was so weird. It was, like...
Well, and then also he was like, "Hey, can I take the car?" He asked first. He was like, "Can I take the car?" Because he was trying to drive Blake back to the motel. And she was like...
Of course not. And then he was like, "You should be nicer to me."
Well, he was like, "No, I need the car." And she was like, "All you do is play video games." First of all, it's a school day. And she was like, "All you do is play video games all day. I'm sure there's a zombie that needs to get shot in the head."
Which is kind of funny, but...
But still! She is not beating the hates her son allegations at this point. She hates her son. She hates him.
Like, comically so.
And then he was like, "You should be nicer to me." And she, like, full face was like, I'm nice to you. And I was like, 10 minutes of screen time to the contrary. Like, just now. Just now.
Ron Howard narration.
Ridiculous.
So I guess I'm still baffled that Kristen Ramsey is most likely the werewolf.
Yeah.
So what is she trying to... So she knows... So she suspects that Garrett knows? So she's trying to seduce him? Maybe?
I think this...
Or is he seducing her? Or...
I don't think there is an actual on-the-books scripted seduction happening. I think a lot of that is
like, why did she bring that, like, night guard to that elevator shaft and kill him, and then do the same thing with Garrett and even telegraph murder, but then...
I don't know.
But then lay all of her cards out because she trusts him, because she suspects that the kid...
I guess, okay, I have literally clue.
It kind of makes sense as I'm saying it.
But none of that is, like, none of it is telegraphed. It's not the momentum. Yeah, and I'm not really sure because
the inertia's not there.
Because she also she wants to call in these 18 bodies that they found that she already knew were there. So she goes to call it in, and then Garrett is
Was she just 3D chess counting on him talking her down from it?
Maybe. Because then she's also... Phoebe's body was taken to Blake's motel and put in the motel room where Blake and Danny's father was like, go straight to the room by yourself, Danny, small autistic child, go alone by yourself and start gathering your things. None of that made a lick of sense. So Phoebe's body was brought there, and so then they're having like a whole investigation, obviously.
Because again, I like the way that Sarah is playing the character. Like, I like that she is very sort of like I like that she's, considering that she's a small, like a petite blonde woman.
Yeah.
I like that she is a presence, but she's not overbearing.
Sure.
Like, she's not like overexerting her authority on them. And one of my favorite things about it is how casual she is with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that part of it where I'm like, that feels authentic. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe this is another issue that I'm having with the show, is the places where it's authentic and realistic, and then the places where it's like an absurd clown show. Yeah. That's ruder than I mean it, but it's places where it's like silly. Like, it's giving me realism where I'm not expecting it.
Yeah.
And so I want both of them to meet in the middle
a little bit. Because she doesn't want to get taken off the case, because even Officer Jang is like, this is like homicide, it's gonna take over. And she's like, I know, but like, I feel like some of this is like connected. And she also is like she has Cyrus in custody, but she seems not convinced that he started the fire, which makes me think that she started the fire to try to draw out Baron.
And she just needs them to believe like, is she buying time with arresting him?
I kind of feel like maybe, but then I feel like there is a lot of 3D chess at play, because to go to your point about...
There has to have been a way to find your werewolf son that doesn't involve
a forest fire?
Yeah, I agree. Like a natural, like
disaster?
Implement, hundreds, thousands of people are affected.
And acres of land. Regardless, to go back to your about her being, like, casual thing... She was acting that way again with Blake, and to the point where she even was like, Blake was like, I'll talk to you, but you're not going to believe me. And she's like, why don't you just, like, try me? Kind of a thing. And it's like, what game are you, like, what is your game, friend? I just, like, don't know. I don't know what's going on.
And, like, what is the werewolf's comprehension? Because it's very... If we know one thing, it's protecting them because they're part of its pack. Mm-hmm. However, Phoebe implied that it'll also turn on them like something that turns on people. And
a werewolf.
Sure. And so, but it's also keeping score. So it has its quota, its death quota.
Yeah.
So that is still kind of strange to me. That it's like, it will kill every night. We know that. It just would prefer that it was killing someone that was potentially hurting its pack. And so it has a list of day players. Yeah. And it just sort of monitors them every day until it can get whichever one of them is closest to being antagonistic is the one that it'll kill.
But that brings into question how they used Austin as bait in this episode, because Luna was like, you need to hit me, and he was being...
Because it showed up. So Austin's already on its radar.
Yeah.
And it showed up for its daily
10 p.m.
killing. But then he wasn't being mean enough, and so it started to go look for Tia, maybe? I don't know.
Well, that's the other thing, too, though, is, like... First of all, he hasn't been that mean, in my opinion. He's just been, like, a low-level jerk. But then he is, like, doing a real overcompensating feminist thing where he, like, refuses to hit Luna because, I can't do it. Like, we're in the middle of some life and death.
You're staring down like a werewolf on a a rooftop.
Hit her. But so he decides to kiss her instead, and that enrages
her brother?
Yeah, what the... I don't know.
And so they have a full fail-proof plan of locking it in a morgue.
Well, so after they seemingly run 6 miles to get there.
So that its body... Well, Blake can run fast, that's a werewolf. So that its body will... So that the werewolf's body will die.
Leaving behind
the human's body... The heart will kill the werewolf body.
Yeah.
But the human body won't die because the mind can survive the cold longer than the human heart and the werewolf heart and mind.
That is, I mean, the werewolf part notwithstanding, that is true. If you are cold enough, even if your heart stops beating because your brain doesn't need so much oxygen when your body is essentially shut down, you can survive longer if you're on ice. The science checks out.
A couple minutes.
Everett said 3 hours, so...
Did he really?
He did, yeah.
And so, well, enough time for Austin to catch up the 6 miles. And
I mean, I think it was really just around the building, but regardless.
Storm in there and just kill him.
Stabbed him with the silver-dipped knife.
Because he's...
I don't know. But Baron seems to be still alive in the next episode, so I don't know. If that just, extra hard killed the werewolf part, I have literally no clue. I'm very confounded.
Confounded?
Confundus is, in Harry Potter.
Oh, okay. I need a minute to abbreviate the situation.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know.
It's been a minute since I've been speechless from something that I watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, mad love and respect to the cast and crew.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of, I can't wait for next week.
Yeah, I also, to go back to the cast and crew, I do think everybody is settling into their characters pretty nicely, and I will say, they brought off this scheme, the 4 of them, plus Austin, without a hitch. Mm-hmm. It worked. And they worked together as a team, and they completed their thing. So that was nice for me. That they're being fun.
I think the word, I think it's inertia or momentum, or there's I don't so much feel like I'm being pulled down as I am being pushed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and stop there. I somewhere in an alternate universe there is a much better, much more coherent version of this episode.
Is there? I'm not sure there is. I'm just very unclear on what
is anybody else
actually happening.
Was anybody else kind of baffled, or is this as clear as mud to me? Is everyone else on board? Or?
Are we trying to look too deep?
Yeah, are we overthinking it?
Don't give us direct spoilers, but I am also curious if we're doing something wrong. We've gotten some comments from people that are did
they read the book or did they read the Wikipedia?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we will be back.
We will.
Next week for the finale.
Yeah.
And because I'm afraid they're just going to tap out Sarah Michelle Gellar, and she's one of the things that's working.
If they tap out Sarah Michelle Gellar, I'm not going to be returning for a season 2. Her interactions with everybody are the tippy top of what I care about in this show. So, yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.